All right, so I wanted to start off saying that I have a new channel. I want you guys to subscribe to it. It's going to be mainly just my content up there. I'm still going to post to this channel, but I'm going to post like only my content on this other channel. So some people are looking for that. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel. The link is in the description. Welcome to the Jerry Grave channel. This channel talks about narcissism and how to deal with it. I wanted to jump straight into the topic. All right, so abuse causes you to freeze. You might not notice it, but you're overly still when you get abused, and it's hard to notice, but other people notice it. They'll start trying to take advantage of that because they can kind of read what's on your mind. And it's kind of a response to trauma. Like a lot of people, they don't feel traumatized, but you have little responses to what has happened to you before that you just still carry with you. And even if you aren't still experiencing that, you still can carry that home with you. And that's what the problem is. Like you're home, you're away from the narcissist, but you still feel like you don't want to get up. Like you start procrastinating. And most people don't make the connection that it's from the stillness that you carry with you. It's a trauma response that's still there that you have to break through in order to even get yourself to do things that are constructive. Your body is telling you to freeze and be still, and you can sit there for hours. Like you don't get the same warning sign that, hey, I've been sitting here for way too long, that you used to when you were healthier, when you were younger, before the abuse got really bad, right? So, and it's the same thing like whenever you ruminate. Like I remember when I was really young, if I ruminated for even half the time that I do till this day, like sometimes I'll get these ugly, like really bad feelings, and I'm like, yo, I gotta go do something else. But nowadays, if I can ruminate twice as long and I don't feel bad, like it just feels normal. Those little like alarm systems that are inside of you go away. But back to the stillness. Now, if you're dealing with this, if you feel like you deal with a lot of procrastination, you might be dealing with just your freeze response not really going away. So the best way to do this is just to shake your body, like shake yourself off. Even if you've not even had a really bad day, like even if you kind of had an okay day, if you deal with this, you deal with little moments all throughout the day that aren't like a big deal. Like you might not remember them, but it could just be somebody slighting you a little bit, or like a surprising moment that makes you kind of freeze, and that follows you. So no matter how your day went, when you get home, you still need to shake your body and just break yourself out of that mode. This goes even for the days where you just want to just go home and just hop in the bed and get under the covers, and just lay around. Like even for days like this, like even at your worst, that's one of the first things that you do. And this goes back to like Osho, like part of his dynamic meditation is the cathartic release where you're moving around and you're getting yourself really into it, and it releases a lot of stuff. It breaks up a lot of the tension in your body, and it just makes you feel like you can do a lot more. You don't feel like you're overwhelmed and you just can't. You feel like just laying around. You don't feel like laying around that as long. So just get in the habit of doing that. Now, like I said in the other videos, like one of the main things about the freeze response is that it makes it harder to respond if somebody's like making fun of you or they're mistreating you in any kind of way. It's like you got to break the ice and then get going. But most of the time, by the time you're able to do that, the situation is over. So don't even worry about trying to respond to people or get the last word or top them. If somebody's making fun of you, or if somebody's giving you a hard time, you don't have to look good in every situation. That's just not realistic. At my channel, we try to make sure everything that we think is as realistic as possible. And another thing that's not realistic is the fact that we think that we always have to look normal. And that's the thing that most people don't realize, is that you don't always have to look normal because you're not in a normal situation. This world isn't 100% normal. You're not going to be treated normal 100% of the time. So why would you expect yourself to always look like that? So what I'm going to say is, whenever somebody's giving you a hard time, don't focus on them. That has to do with completely that has to do with them. That's their thing. Don't worry about what people are going to think if you're not fighting back the way that they expect you to fight back, and just get your body to move, sway. And this goes back into what I was talking about when I first got into making videos, where I was talking about getting back into flow, and not letting people interrupt your flow. Like, a lot of flow has to do with your rhythm, your movement. So you want to move, and just get into the habit of doing moves that are comfortable for you. It's important to note that this includes moving away. Like, that also can keep your flow, especially if the person's being hostile. And yeah, side note, don't forget to subscribe to my new channel. Link is in the description. Now, again, you're not going to look 100% normal all the time. Eventually, if you do this, you will start to look more normal. But this is not about looking normal. So don't even completely worry about that. I wouldn't do anything that's, going to obviously cause a whole bunch of attention. But I'm saying, if you're moving and you notice that people are paying a little bit more attention to you, don't worry about that. Just kind of sway a little bit, maybe twist your body, scratch your head, make sure that you're not completely still, and go from there. Now, again, this is something that everybody does, but people get it wrong because they do it specifically trying to get themselves to feel and look normal. And it's like I said, it's impossible to do that. Now, if you do this, you'll recover faster, no matter what happens, or at least most of the time. You're not gonna get stuck in any mode and go home and things are still bothering you. It's kind of like you're leaving it there just because you're breaking out of whatever got you tense. You're breaking out of the tension, you're breaking out of the stillness and the freeze response, and you're going to be able to recover faster. And I still recommend, when you go home, you still shake your body, and you can use this as a meditation, a couple of minutes a day, get into the Osho dynamic meditation. That'll help. But again, make sure you subscribe to my new channel. All right. I want to make sure that you guys are all in the same place. A lot of people have been asking and encouraging me to make more content. So I just want to have one channel that's just specifically just me. And subscribe. The link is in the description. That's all I got to say. Peace.